Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Week in Preview. I'm Darkside Phil, and it is Sunday, February 14th, 2016, which actually means it's Valentine's Day. So hopefully those of you who do celebrate the holiday had a good day, a safe day, a fun day. And for those of you who didn't have a significant other to spend it with, hopefully you took that money that you probably would have spent or splurged on your own significant other and spent it on yourself, right? That's what I used to do. But anyway, I digress. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Week in Preview. This week coming up is one of the most momentous weeks of the entire time that I've ever done YouTube because of Street Fighter V's release. In fact, you may not be aware of this, but today is the 25th anniversary of the release of Street Fighter II: The World Warrior in arcades worldwide, way back in 1991. Yeah, it was 1991, 25 years. I was 8 years old, and I remember walking into my local arcade. It was a weekend, by the way, I believe. It was a weekend, because I remember walking with my dad. New release, big cabinet, big sign, everything, new release. A crowd around this cabinet. Now, I had never played fighting games before. I was going to video arcades to play games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 4-player arcade game, and The Simpsons 4-player arcade games, and certain shooting games and pinball games. Nothing like Street Fighter II had ever existed before, and it just took off like a phenomenon. There were people lined up to play this game. You had to wait upwards of a half an hour to even play. I was there day one for the launch of Street Fighter II, playing with E Honda, and I still remember no one knew how to properly block yet, so I would do jumping roundhouse kick, which if it did a counter hit, did like a quarter of your life bar in the game. It was insane. And I would mash the punches to get the 100-hand slap, and then every once in a while I'd accidentally do a headbutt, and everyone would be like, what the hell was that? And I was bodying people there day one at my local arcade. I remember I actually went on a 10 to 15 game win streak the first time that I ever played the game. Pretty crazy, right? So to come full circle, 25 years later, and say to you that I'm going to be playing on launch day the newest Street Fighter V, pretty awesome. You know, when Street Fighter 4 came out, that was super duper hype because there hadn't been a new official Street Fighter game in the series since the late 1990s. And to see a rejuvenation the way that Street Fighter 4 did with the whole community and with just competitive fighting games in general, and the fact that now fighting games are very prevalent. Every major series now is still continuing and coming out with new fighting games, mostly because Street Fighter 4 was such a mainstream success. It's just an amazing feeling, and I cannot wait this week to be focusing in and playing Street Fighter V. So, before we even get this video started, I'm going to make this abundantly clear. It's Street Fighter V week. It's the launch of Street Fighter V. In my mind, that's the only possible thing that I could care about this week, alright? And that being said, if you're not a fan of Street Fighter at all and you don't want to watch any fighting game footage this week, come on back here, same time, same place next week for the next Week in Preview, because next week we've got a wide variety of stuff with an action-based third-person shooter, a new Far Cry game, and I'm now hearing that there's a new Walking Dead game coming out, so great, we'll have tons of variety next week, but for this week, it's Street Fighter V time. It's time to get serious, it's time to get salty, it's time to get all those fun things when it comes to a competitive fighting game. So, here's the deal. If you want to watch me play Street Fighter V live every single day this week, alright, DSP Gaming is the way to go. Go there, I'll be doing live gameplay streams, if not 1, 2 some days for Street Fighter V. In addition, all of the raw gameplay footage is going to be recorded and uploaded to DSP Gaming. So warning to everyone who is subscribed to DSP Gaming, there's going to be a shit ton of videos this week. If you don't want to get your inbox flooded, if you don't want to see a bunch of Street Fighter, unsubscribe to DSP Gaming this week, and then at the end of the week, resubscribe for all the new stuff coming out next week. Alright? Now, here's the thing. Let's say you want to see Street Fighter, but you don't want your inbox flooded, and you don't like massive amounts of just raw matches. You'd like to see highlights, maybe edited montages and or best of kind of, series of videos where I say, oh, here's the best of my matches this week. Here's the best of what I did with this particular character this week. Here's my biggest rage-filled moments playing Street Fighter V on launch week. If that's the kind of stuff you want to see, head over to KO Gaming right now. That's youtube.com/KO Gaming 1 and subscribe. Right now, we almost have 5,000 subscribers, and I have to think this week is going to tip the scale, and we're finally going to hit 5,000 subscribers over there, because this is going to be the place to go if you want to see me cover Street Fighter V, but you don't like the mass inflooding of videos. There's plenty of people who love it, but I understand that's not for everyone. So For the raw gameplay footage and the daily streaming, DSP Gaming, for edited content, there'll probably be at least 2 to 3, if not more, edited style videos coming out this week over on KO Gaming. So head over there and subscribe. Okay? Awesome. Now, before we get started, because I'm about to tell you how I'm going to cover this week with Street Fighter V, because I got different things planned for every single day. I even got a special event planned that I'm about to let you know about. I want to, first of all, cover 2 quick things. This last week, just to let you know, I covered 3 new games. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. Not only did I do a full playthrough of the story, I did a little bit of adventure mode and online battles, and I reviewed the game over on KO Gaming, so check out the review. I played Unravel, the entire game. That playthrough's live on DSP Gaming, and yes, I reviewed that over on KO Gaming as of tonight, so go check that out. I also played Firewatch, which at first I didn't know if I was going to have a chance to play. I did get to play it, and that playthrough is now live on DSP Gaming as well, and I'm going to be reviewing it tomorrow, which I'm going to tell you about in just a moment, so hang on there, okay? So that was what I basically focused on this week. In addition, there was a new DSP Tries It on Saturday, and today I released my reactions video to the Deadpool movie that released this past Friday worldwide, and I saw it yesterday, and I did a reaction/review video to it over on this channel, the King of Hate vlog. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. This is the kind of stuff you can expect this year. You're going to see all these different kinds of videos. It's not just raw gameplay from me anymore, and a massive positive feedback in regards to the changes. So now I'm hoping that we're moving into new releases. People will get used to this formula and start checking out the reviews and everything on a regular basis, all right? Now, one thing before we proceed. Patrons. If you were a patron of mine in the month of January, this is very important, so listen up. For some reason, a lot of people were declined when they had their pledges for January processed in the first week of February. Typically what happens, Patreon tries to charge. If it gets declined, it gets declined. Some people will update their info within a day or two to recharge, and then that's it. So as of last week, I got everyone's information together regarding their perks, and as of tonight, actually when I finish with this video, I'm going to be actioning everyone's perks, whether it means you need a forum upgrade, whether it means I need to make a private Q&A video for you, etc. I'm doing all that tonight. So if you are a patron who responded to me on Patreon the past week, I will be doing all of that for you tonight, okay? But I noticed on Patreon in the past 3 days that a few more people's pledges somehow processed. I don't know why it took so long. I don't know if maybe you just got around to updating your info or if it was Patreon that was sitting on it and taking their sweet time. But there's a problem, which is why I'm mentioning it in this week in preview. I don't know who you are. Unfortunately, Patreon sorts by when you originally pledged, not by when your pledge cleared. So between last week, when I already had messaged everyone on Patreon for their perks, and now there's no 2 listings that I can use and say, oh, here's 3 more people who were pledged. I can't figure it out. So if you look right now, if you were pledged to my Patreon in the month of January, please go to patreon.com and see if your pledge cleared. If you didn't get a message from me in regards to getting either a forum upgrade, in regards to getting a private Q&A video made or anything like that, all right? And it is something that I owe you. Like, I owe you a forum upgrade. You've got to tell me. You've got to message me either on Patreon, email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com with your information about Patreon. Send me the info, okay, so that I can get that for you. I apologize to those who this might be. It could be 1 or 2 people, or it could be a bunch. I don't know, because it was like maybe $10. That could have been a bunch of $1 pledges. It could have been a $5 pledge. It could have been one $10 pledge. I don't know. Patreon, unfortunately, is a great website. Let me tell you, it's a great business. It's a great way to make additional income and fundraising to keep a business going. But their menus and everything are terrible. They're so primitive. I can't believe I can't tell when someone's pledge cleared. It's out of control and just silly, right? So I apologize to those patrons. Please message me. I'll get it cleared up over the next week, all right? All right. Now we got all that out of the way. Let's talk about this coming week, because I am super pumped and excited, okay? First of all, tomorrow, Monday, I don't have any gameplay to do during the day simply because I finished up all 3 games for this week. I didn't think I would, but I somehow did. So they're all done. So what am I doing tomorrow? Well, first thing tomorrow, I'm going to be working on and completing and releasing my review of Firewatch. So for those of you who maybe heard all these things about the game this week, but you didn't have a chance to check out my playthrough, but you want to know what I thought about the game overall, my review will be going live tomorrow during the day over on KO Gaming. So again, I have to keep reiterating this. youtube.com/KO Gaming 1. fun, that's where my game reviews are now. A lot of people seem to not understand this. They're like, I don't understand. Where's Phil's reviews? They're not on the King of Hay vlogs anymore. They're not. You have to go subscribe and check out KO Gaming to watch my reviews. And by the way, I've gotten massive positive feedback. People saying the reviews are so much better now. They're only 10 minutes long, edited with full gameplay content. My voiceovers are now edited nicely. It's not just me talking for 30 minutes and rambling. It's me edited very abridged, and it's much better in my opinion. It's a much better product, so please go check those out. Now, depending how long it takes me to put together and release the Firewatch review, I may have some time tomorrow where I will be doing a reactions video to the final Batman vs. Superman trailer. This was released on, I believe it was Friday. It could have been late Thursday, but it might have been Friday. Everyone asked me, well, Phil, what's your reactions? I said, I didn't see it. I was busy. I was working. I was playing Firewatch, and I was doing my Naruto review. I didn't even see this trailer yet. I'm going to watch it, and if I have the time tomorrow, which it's looking like I will, I'm going to film and edit and release my reactions to the Batman vs. Superman trailer, just like I did with the Suicide Squad trailer several weeks ago. And that'll be uploaded right here to the King of Hate vlog. So if you're interested in my take on that final trailer, I will be releasing that tomorrow. And I'm going to be seeing Batman vs. Superman, by the way, around the end of March, right? It's the last weekend of March, and there's really not a lot going on then, gameplay-wise, so it should be a perfect time for me to jump in and see the movie. So I'm definitely going to see it and be doing reactions to that movie as well, okay? So that's tomorrow. Now, here's the thing. Street Fighter V, ladies and gentlemen, is supposed to release at midnight Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Pacific Time, which is my local time, on Monday. So, if that happens, because I did pre-order the game on PlayStation 4, in fact, on my PS4 dashboard, I have it pre-downloaded. It was available for pre-download today. Pre-downloaded it, installed it, and it claims that at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific, I should be able to play it. It's got the countdown timer and everything. As long as it works, I'm doing a specialty stream Monday night, 9 p.m. Pacific time. It'll be around a 90-minute to 2-hour long stream. What's the stream going to be? Me going into the game for the very first time, checking out the menus, right? Seeing the different modes in the game. I might or might not grab 1 or 2 characters and mess around with, maybe go into their training mode, go into the challenge mode. I forget what they call it, if it's trials or challenge mode in this one. I have no idea. And I'll probably will do a little bit of initial online gameplay. Now, let's keep in mind, all right? It's launch night. Everyone under the planet that wants to play fucking Street Fighter is going to be trying to play it. It's probably going to be terrible. The connections will probably be god-awful because everyone's going to be on there trying to play. And as you saw during the beta, when everyone was trying to play the beta, the whole fucking thing crashed. So I'm almost guaranteeing failure with an attempt to play this game online tomorrow night at launch. I almost guarantee it. I'm still going to try, but we'll see what happens, all right? So there's going to be a special 1 to 2 hour long midnight/9 p.m. my time launch stream for Street Fighter V Monday night. Tuesday, there will be 2 gameplay streams. One at my usual time, around noon Pacific time, and then another one probably starting around 7 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to go way in depth. I'm going to be grabbing 1 or 2 characters that I really like the looks of or maybe want to mess around with. I'll be going into training mode. I'll be going into their trials mode. I'll be doing maybe their arcade modes, and I'll be doing online gameplay. So that's my focus on Tuesday, on launch. Maybe find 2 or 3 max characters who I really am liking and I want to mess around with. And then Wednesday, I'm going to probably do around the same thing, where I grab a few characters, I try out different modes with them. I'm going to be recording all of this footage, even though it's live on stream. It'll all be recorded and uploaded to DSP Gaming as well, all right? Thursday, I got something special for everyone. The thing is, with Street Fighter, as you know, traditionally the way I cover it is kind of a solo guy. I just play the game offline, I go online, do random online matches, and that's pretty much it. I'm doing something different for the launch of Street Fighter V. This coming Thursday, I have a friend, Brian Burke, who lives on the East Coast of the United States, and we actually, I've played a few matches in fighting games. I actually played him in Mortal Kombat 10 last year, 1 or 2 matches. What we want to do, we think this is the perfect opportunity. We're going to set up a private lobby in Street Fighter V. We're going to invite each other, right? We're going to have voice chat going, and we're going to be doing a set of matches. We're not, after 2 days of us playing, we're going to say, gee, after 2 days, let's see how good we got, right? Separately playing. But also, this is the perfect opportunity to test out coast-to-coast private lobby gameplay. And if it goes well, let's say we play for an hour or 2 and we're having a lot of fun, maybe we'll invite some other people that we know to join us and play some matches with us as well. And then we can say, where are you from? Oh, okay, you're from here. Now let's see how your connection is to us. It's the perfect way to test connections in Street Fighter V. And I think it's going to be awesome. if it works. Now, we don't know if it's going to work. What if we try to do it and the whole thing crashes? Who knows? But that's the whole point. It's launch week. This is the week to test this stuff out, right? So Thursday, my gameplay stream, my first stream, noon Pacific time, will be that. A special lobby with myself and Brian playing some matches together and then maybe gradually inviting some people and doing that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think that's going to be awesome. And I've never done that. I have never done that in any fighting game ever before. Yes, I've done fan appreciation, but it's never been like that. A private set where you're just between two people and then inviting other people and testing the netcode. This is the perfect opportunity to do so. So that's going to be this coming Thursday. Now, dependent on how the week goes, all right, I may, Thursday night, take time out and say, okay, I've now done 5-6 streams of Street Fighter. Rather than do another one right away, I will do some edited content. Maybe I'll sit down and I'll do, here's the best of what I found with this character so far. Here's the, like I said earlier, maybe the best matches so far, the biggest rage moments so far, or biggest, flubs, you blew it moments so far. I might do 1 or 2 edited style videos Thursday night. Friday, there will be a gameplay stream. And then maybe that Friday night, I'll do the same thing. So maybe the first few days, I'll go crazy with multiple streams. And then as we get further into the week, only one gameplay stream that's like 3.5 hours long, but I'm still taking all the edited, or the raw gameplay from the week and making edited content with it and putting that up on KO Gaming. So to make this clear, the streams and the raw gameplay is going to go on DSP Gaming. The edited stuff, probably starting Thursday, Friday at the latest, will be going up on KO Gaming, all right? That does mean no hits of the week this week on KO Gaming. A lot of people were disappointed there was no hits of the week this past Friday. The reason I did that, quite honestly, I polled the people, and I said, would you rather see reviews or this hits of the week montage? Everyone said do reviews, so the reviews are live, and that's going to continue moving. This week will be highlights of Street Fighter V, okay? So really, actually could be like hits of the week Street Fighter V when you think about it. I'll think about what I want to title these videos, but that's going to be, so then every day this week, so we're talking Tuesday, 2 streams, Wednesday, 2 streams, Thursday, Friday, probably 1 stream, Saturday, definitely only 1 stream, because that's the day where the second half of the day, I do stuff with Leanna, and we go out to like do errands and stuff. Sunday, I'm not sure what we're going to do, and here's why, because we actually need to make a pot of sauce, a pot of Italian sauce. And I think what we should do is sit down and decide, do we want to do that this week or not? If we're going to do it this week, this Sunday is Saucy Sunday, which means that my stream will even be even longer. Typically, it's like 3.5 hours or maybe like 4.5 hours long as Street Fighter V this Sunday. And we'll see what happens with that, but I'll be taking frequent breaks to go make this pot of Italian sauce as it simmers and such. We'll see. That may be saucy. The very first saucy Street Fighter V Sunday, maybe this coming Sunday. We'll have to see. And then, of course, yes, Monday will kind of be my final day of coverage, the week of Street Fighter V, and I'll finally probably take several days break from it, quite honestly, because after a week marathon of Street Fighter V, I'm probably going to want to break from it more than likely. So this is the plan, all right? Now, this plan could go horribly wrong. What if fucking Street Fighter V doesn't work online at all during the week? We'll have to pull an audible, right? I mean, I'll do all the offline. I'll still do like arcade mode, training mode, and trials mode and stuff in Street Fighter V. But if the online isn't working at all because they fucking still didn't fix this netcode since the beta, what can you do? You know what I mean? I'm sure there's going to be hundreds of thousands of upset customers who bought the game and can't play the game online if that's the case. But I'll be one of them, right? And if it doesn't work, I'll find something else. We'll pull. We'll figure out which people want me to play something else. We'll figure it out together during the course of the week, all right? Rest assured, this will be a fun week. I hope it's all Street Fighter V coverage. If not, we'll figure something else out for you, all right? And then, as I already said, next week is huge. So right now, if you're no interest in Street Fighter V, unsubscribe from DSP Gaming. Come back in 1 week's time, Sunday night next week. I'll be doing the next week in preview, and I'll be talking about Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, Far Cry Primal, and the Walking Dead Michonne game, which supposedly debuts next week. 3 really awesome games, 3 games that are way different that I'll be covering in far more depth and detail next week's week in preview. I'll explain all that. This week, though, I'm excited. 25 years of my life. I'm only 33 years old. 25 years I've been playing Street Fighter. Sometimes it's been way more hardcore than others. Sometimes I was full force into the pro scene, and sometimes I was just playing it casually from time to time. But Street Fighter, I would be remiss and I would be a liar to tell you that Street Fighter is not a big part of my life and has not a big part of my life. I've traveled to places in the country. I've met people from all around the world of different cultures, different walks of life, all because of Street Fighter. And it comes full circle this week with Street Fighter V. And who knows, maybe by the end of this week, I could say, I like this game so much that I have decided to return to the competitive Street Fighter community, and I'll start going to tournaments again. It all depends on what happens this week. It could go any way. It could be I love the game, I hate the game, that game doesn't even fucking work, the game's the best fighting game ever made. We won't know until this week goes down. So I'm excited. I hope that you're excited. I surely hope that you will spread the word that DSP is back and is covering Street Fighter V for a full week in full force. Street Fighter 4 was the game in 2009 that on my old YouTube channel, Darkside Phil, put me on the map on YouTube. People knew I was the guy who was the former pro who played the game. I was pretty good at it, but I raged and I had funny coverage, but I covered it in massive depth, and people loved watching me play Street Fighter. I want to get back there. We'll see how it goes this week with this game, but I hope that even if you've been away for 7 years since Street Fighter 4, you'll come back at least to check out this initial coverage of Street Fighter 5. I'm going to do my best for you, all right? That is it, everyone, for the weekend preview. I'll see you next week to talk about multiple games, but this week, the Street Fighter Marathon begins, and I'm ready for it. I hope you are too. Peace out, everyone. Without further ado, thank you to the following January patrons. And by the way, again, if you are a January patron and you did get your pledge processed and you don't see your name on this list, you got to contact me so I can figure out your perks because you probably just got it processed this past week, all right? Peace out, everyone. I'll see ya for Street Fighter V soon.